but there's really so much more you get to see. There's Gary, Indiana, and Yukon, and good old Chattanooga, Tennessee. Oh, here it comes. Happy birthday, Aubrey Shepherd, happy birthday, Aubrey Shepherd. I hope that your future will be fine. May your kitchen be full of pies that someone other than Lauren made. May the sunshine brighten in the skies and may your cellar be full of good red wine. There'll be tears and there'll be fears, there'll be hurt and there'll be dirt, there'll be those days full of sorrow and prayers and care. But then those days will come along, full of laughter, dance and song, and good times will be rare. Hey, happy birthday, Aubrey Shepherd, happy birthday, Aubrey Shepherd, we hope that your future will be fine. May the wetland prairie have lots of flies. May the sunshine brightly in the skies. And may your cellar be full of good red wine. One more solo.
Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking, I trust you observe the object I have here in my hand. A few notes on our mutual friend on this august occasion of 70. The basket flower seeds that I brought, there are 10 packets, were winnowed out by my arthritic fingers this morning during the rain, and he has more in store for anyone who wants them. They're very beautiful. There are photographs on the wall down there. He sowed the seed on a strip of scraped mountainside for some project, and there was a literal forest of basket flowers, 6 feet tall, these beautiful blooms all over the tops, and an awful lot of native arthropods feeding on them. And this was just recently. This is a symbol of his love and care for our landscape in this beautiful part of the nation, the nexus of flora, fauna, politics, and goodness knows what else. He's been busy documenting the beauties we miss, preserving the endemics as seed stocks, advocating for bits of nurturing and rare original landscape, being a rational voice for all that nurtures us while we ignore it. Aubrey modestly fights for the vital but undervalued around us. He gently and reasonably remonstrates when we need it. He has known nature as both a swamp country and a hill country lover. He can paddle a pirogue one-handed and fish with the other. And he spares no pains to record and replant what nature took eons to adopt and adapt onto this continent. In this lovely, eroded, and benign plateau we call the Ozarks, in this county of wooded mountainous ridges, in this benign community where all things meet. He is generous and tolerant to a fault. I know this is true because I'm the fault. Thank you.
My name is Jim Bemis. I'm here as an elder, photographer, a gruff, angry old man taking the place of Aubrey tonight. Any of you who have been enraged or frustrated by Aubrey in the past, having your picture taken when it's not appropriate or somehow out of order, I'm going to take pictures for you tonight, including selfies with Aubrey for everyone here. He's insisted on that, and I'll do that afterward if he doesn't get you first. I don't think that many of you here are as old as I am, so I am going to claim to be the mentor for Aubrey. And actually, I remember when he used to do photography by lantern light. I'm from South Arkansas, and there was a lot of work that we got done with candles, and I brought some memorabilia, I guess you'd say. Aubrey, here's a gift for you. And this is a genuine Army issue, well, sort of, vest that photographers use all over the world. You'll see them. You can carry either cartridges or film in there, Aubrey. And for those of you who may remember the hippie days, I brought these. I signed these are something that Aubrey may have been able to use back in the day, left over from the 60s, and they represent, I think, an era of irresponsibility even greater than the one we're seeing today. And in addition, I've signed him up for a lottery that will be taken from a steamboat, actually a sort of a dinghy, from New Orleans down to the Gulf of Mexico and then across to Mexico. We're going to get to see all the oil slicks. And here's a swimsuit I brought for Aubrey so he can do some snorkeling with his camera. He's probably never done any. Aubrey, I wish you'd read the brand on that. This is. I think that's very becoming, Aubrey. Now, on the other side of the Gulf, he's going to hit some of the remains of the last hurricane down there and see the residual effects of what happened with the oil spill, and then into the marshes where we're now seeing four-legged frogs. They're going to have four big frog legs on every frog now that we've had those genetic repercussions from the oil spill. There also is a side trip to the catacombs in Guanajuato, Mexico. Aubrey has to get a two-way ticket or they won't let him back out again. This is a box camera, Aubrey. Before you use the 3 pins that are used to make your photograph. My wife has given me 3 colored pins, red, green, yellow, I think it is. And that will give you a Technicolor box camera, the only one probably you'll ever make. I'll show you how to do that a little later on. And if you can't manage that one, here's one that's a little more basic. You can get this at the post office and make your own. With a little duct tape, you can do wonders with this box right here that you have to construct and make it your little widescreen version. I think that's about all I brought, Aubrey. But I wanted you to know I'm going to be here shooting photographs all day long. And any of you that would like to have your picture taken with Aubrey, please look me up. I'm going to be back in the back here. Thank you.
My name is Dick Bennett. I've known Aubrey since 1966 when I first came to Fayetteville to the University of Arkansas. But I was born in a little town in Arkansas where Jehovah, Protestant Jehovah, by the way, of course, was ascendant. I grew up in the United States of America, and of course then my God became Mars. But after meeting Aubrey, I discovered that insects ought to be my leader and my God. And so he gave me a book in a very solemn way and made me promise that I would read it. I think that I didn't read it. All of it. That the author was Tally or something. Aubrey? Tally, was it?
Yeah,
And this was truly, pardon?
Doug
Talaby.
Talbot, Bringing Nature Home.
Bringing Nature Home. And it was a momentous book because I knew nothing about insects. I had never studied any entomology, but I was then exposed to a whole new world of creatures that you and I must protect along with humans and women. And thank you, Aubrey, very much.
Okay, I don't think you can read it because it's upside down.
Read
I
it
would
to
have
us.
noticed. But this says,
He needs to talk on the mic if you will.
this is a fake check that Lauren created. And it says, Northwest Arkansas Land Trust, $7,500 exactly. Maintenance of John Rule's Frog Bayou property. John, come up here and set that down because you have to give this to Terry Lane. So, well, you don't have to. Come on up. Here it is. Well, the real check's on the back in an envelope. But this is for Terry, and I guess John gets to keep this. Good. And so I want to see your hands
Well, that's
together.
wonderful.
Here we go.
That's wonderful.
Here we go.
Terrific.
And that's Lauren's money, John.
Only because he lets me.
It'll spend just as well.
I promise you will.
Do I get to say a couple things?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, real quick, and then
You can
he,
use that mic.
and then the birthday boy has to talk, but so I can sit down. I don't know how many of you all know about the land trust, but our role is to permanently protect land in Northwest Arkansas. And as we know, we're growing fast. I grew up here. I grew up on Kessler Mountain, and things are changing. They're not like they were in 1975 or 85 or 95. And a lot of that is good. We have a lot of great built amenities coming to our region, but we also need to preserve the special places for wildlife that exist. And so one of the very best gifts we got was a donation of 151 acres, known as the Frog Bayou Preserve from John Rule. And that was a little over a year ago. And as part of our work, our long-term role in permanently protecting and defending and caring for special places like this, funding is really important. And so this is huge. And to me, this really just a further demonstration of Aubrey's commitment that is unwavering, the work he's done over the years, the spokesman that he is for the natural world and all living things. And we are very honored to have both these men standing behind me right now. It's pretty great, huh? But on behalf of the Land Trust, thank you, both of you, for everything you've done, you continue to do, and we will do our best for the Frog Bayou Preserve. And if you have any questions about the Land Trust, I'm going to be around for a while, so is Simbaro. And we have a little token of appreciation for Lauren and Aubrey.
Oh, we love those.
You get a hat.
Thank you. That's my third new hat today.
It's a Save Land t-shirt. Little star, Northwest Arkansas. There you go.
Thank you.
And one for you all as well. If anybody else wants a t-shirt, let us know. We can talk to you about that. Or a hat.
And the exciting nature center.
Oh, yes, thank you. Yeah, okay, so as you walk through, you probably saw written in progress a Kessler Mountain Classroom and Nature Center. This is something that Frank Sharp, who owns the building, of course, and has also been a lifelong committed community conservationist, had started with a group of other people. And when the land trust moved into the building, our offices are upstairs, we said, you know, in addition to trying to build this space out to accommodate a school group once in a while, why don't we turn it into a Kessler Mountain Nature Center that really highlights the special plants and animals and geology and history and culture of Kessler. So that is what this space that you walked through is morphing into. We actually are starting with 4th graders next week for a pilot program. Frank has a conservation easement on 20 plus acres of land right outside of the building that he already had put a trail loop on. That trail loop has been enhanced. We've been having volunteer days to really get it ready for school groups and to make sure it goes through and kind of touches on important areas for the kids to learn about and for people to experience. So not only will there be the classroom and nature center that will be open all of the time to families and not just school groups, but we're really looking at, as Frank said, the K through PhD shared learning. We've got the university here. We've got students doing research projects. We have high school students. We have grade school kids, and we have underserved communities too. Not just Fayetteville, but this location can do a lot for Farmington or Prairie Grove or West Fork or Greenland. So that's what we're going to be looking at trying to do here. And I noticed there was a donation bowl, so your donations to the Land Trust, our work, their envelopes, or specifically to the classroom will be much appreciated. Again, if you want to know more about that, just grab me or Sim. Thank you. Thank you.
I'd like to add a word to all the good words that have been said. I was brought to this beautiful eroded plateau, as I like to think about it, as a toddler in 1932, going on 85 now. And it seems to me it really saved my life. And in many ways, I was a child of the Depression and dragged from Kansas to the Gulf and back through several states and seen an awful lot of degradation and oil fields and all this sort of thing. And I feel I owe a great deal simply to the beauty of the area, because I'd never seen anything like that when I was brought here in 1932, and I've been in love with it ever since. I think we're on the cusp of change. I think we can go any direction now, and we're faced with immense technological decisions. What they will do to our lives and all, we really don't know, but we do have this bank of nature, and I think we should strive very hard to preserve as much of it as we can for the future and for everyone who's coming, we hope. Thank you.
Very good. Well, thanks to John Rule for showing us his property a few years ago. We went out there several times in the spring, and John, was I the first person to suggest you put it in the land trust? I think I was the first person to suggest you put it in the land trust. I think so. But this is a wonderful thing, and Frank Sharp and some of the, 2 or 3 of your neighbors have been in the land trust for a long time. And not only is this land trust working for Mount Kessler, for the private people in some cases, but it's also, I believe, going to be the land trust for the city's portion of Mount Kessler. Is that 409 acres? Permanently protected. So there's money needed to help support that effort very much, which she's talking about. But I want to reaffirm that. John Rule's land's way out there. It's down roads where you can't easily drive and easily get out. And I don't know how many times he has come back after being unable to leave there for 2 weeks after rain, and his road would be muddy and trees would be across it. So he carries a chainsaw in the back of his pickup all the time. And that's pretty, it's a pretty nice, pristine place out there. And when I will start a slideshow in a little bit here, and some of the pictures are some he made out there and some that I made out there, which show a few spots of beauty from out there and what it's like. So,
Well, there have been times where John has had to stay out there for quite a few days to fill the, not ruts, huge gaping holes in the road. And John has been kind enough to have me out for several birthdays of mine and of us. And the first time, if we had not been following John, I kept saying, this is not a road. Not a road. Except that he's in front of us, I'm going to take this on faith. But it's well worth the effort to be there. But the Land Trust, I know, will do a good job not paving a road, but making it accessible, because you don't want to go too, it should remain the way it is. And
it's barely
still
accessible.
be safe. And then John gets out and says, the schoolhouse was here. It was last here in 1924 or something like that. So it's amazing that a schoolhouse was out there. And really wonderful history.
Okay, thanks, Lauren. Anybody else got anything?
I do.
You do?
I do. Lauren asked me to read this for you, and I don't read well, and I don't like to be in front of people. But Aubrey's being honored. Today is now Aubrey James Shepherd Day in Fayetteville, Arkansas. As I stumble, you guys can come and read it and make English out of it later. But Office of the Mayor, City of Fayetteville issues this proclamation. Whereas, born on October 31st, 1940, Aubrey James Shepherd has embraced the land of Arkansas since coming here from Louisiana, walking our waterways, creeks, and streams with camera in hand and a heart for conservation. And whereas, as an English professor, Aubrey inspired many with his unique style, including the use of the Herder's outdoor equipment catalog for examples of descriptive style writing. And whereas Aubrey is well known as a storyteller, educator, and activist, a champion of environmental conservation, and a friend to those who come to him with a need. And whereas Aubrey has served our city well with his work on the Fayetteville Telecommunications Board, the Environmental Action Committee, Partners for Better Housing, Ozark Headwaters chapter of the Sierra Club, and the Regional National Cemetery Improvement Corporation. And whereas, in all that he does, Aubrey has shown his great love for all creatures and has devoted himself to educating and encouraging us all to be more aware of the world around us and to respect and appreciate all living things. Now, therefore, I, Flannel Jordan, Mayor of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas, do hereby proclaim Saturday, October 31st, 2015, as Aubrey James Shepherd Day in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and encourage all to celebrate this day with Aubrey. And then in witness thereof,
I really didn't expect this. I knew that Lionel Jordan would not be here because he has football tickets in the same seats he's had for decades. And he walks from his home to the stadium, climbs all the way up to the top, refuses to take a free box with the rich people, even after being elected mayor nearly 7 years ago now. And so I didn't expect him, you know, he apologized he couldn't come, but I wasn't expecting anything. This amazing. A lot of people have these, I think, for good reason, and I never expected to get one. So I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Aubrey, what was it you used to always say when you signed off your outdoor show? Keep the sky blue, the grass green, or something? How did that go?
Okay, one second.
He's good. He does that now with his short takes, but since all the network stuff, very few people, unless they have a special box, can see it, except online. But online, fortunately, the government channel is, well, maybe it's Aubrey that posted on YouTube, I'm not sure.
Yeah, what John Bryant's referring to is when we did, tell us again the name of the station.
KTVP then, Channel 29.
And it was brand new in Fayetteville at that time.
Fairly.
Yeah, fairly new, because it was hooked up with 40, right?
Yes.
Okay. And in Fort Smith. And John was the news anchor, and he would go along sometimes, and when I fished, and make pictures of the fish, video and or stills, primarily trying to get a little video to use on the show. And
Shoot the same fish over and over.
pardon?
Shoot the same fish over and over.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell that.
No, I remember we did it 2 weeks in a row because we didn't have a big fish next week. So we showed the same fish. And of course, old friend Frank Thorpe, who's now deceased, had started to move up wherever I left a job. He would get it right away because he was a fishing guide and so forth. But he calls me up and says, "Hey, that's the same fish you caught last week." Nobody else told me that. But anyhow, that's the only time I ever remember doing that. But anyway, the words were, until next time. It was the ending of the show. On the radio, there was on 4 or 5 stations over the years there. And it was, until next time, do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. See ya.
Okay, so I have some gal pals in town that are really not part of the environmental, us bleeding heart folks here that really are trying to save the world. But so I was having coffee with these gal pals of mine, and I mentioned that I was going to be doing this event today, and I said, well, it's for Aubrey Shepherd, and this one girl goes, Aubrey? I said, yeah, do you know Aubrey? And she goes, Aubrey, the guy that always goes to the city council and talks and talks a long time, but he's always saying good stuff. Yeah, I know who Aubrey is. Now, it turns out this lady lives in Stonebridge Meadows, and she's been fussing. She's been really irritated by what's going on out there in development. And I just want you to know, Aubrey, there are people who you have no idea who they are, who deeply appreciate you coming and talking to the city council and saying what they don't know enough to say because they don't have the background to be able to put it in the words that you can. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I thought of another song we could do for Aubrey, and then maybe after that we'll do the traditional birthday song and maybe cut the cake there. Where'd that cake come from, by the way? Did someone here make it? We don't know. Okay. Well, anyway, this is a little song that I wrote many years ago, and you can stick anybody's name in it, so it's not like I wrote this specifically for Aubrey, but we'll sing it to him. I remember Aubrey in the springtime. I remember Aubrey in the fall. Well, I've been all through this land, and there I've met people mighty grand, but I'll remember Aubrey best of all. I'll remember Aubrey when it's raining. I'll remember Aubrey when it's dry. Well, I've been east and I've been west, and though my memory's not the best, I'll remember Aubrey till I die. Well, when I think I'm on the brink of getting in a bind, that's when Aubrey's showing up in my yard at 7:30 in the morning to photograph an insect comes to mind, keeps me smiling all the while. I'm really trying not to cry, and that's how I know. That's why I'm sure that when I am an old maid in my rocking chair, when all of my friends are dead and gone, when all my teeth have fallen out, I'll still be happy, there's no doubt, as long as memories of Aubrey linger on. Well, when I think I'm on the brink of getting in a bind, that's when memories of Aubrey showing up at all the city council meetings and talking for a long time come in mind. Keep me smiling all the while. I'm really trying not to cry, and that's how I know. That's why I'm sure that when I am an old maid in my rocking chair, when all of my friends are dead and gone, when all my teeth have fallen out, I'll still be happy, there's no doubt, as long as memories of Aubrey linger on. Memories of Aubrey linger on. Memories of Aubrey Shepherd linger on. Let's see, Lauren, is he supposed to blow out any candles or anything like that? What's? Okay, so we'll just do the regular birthday song. Let me find a good key. Let's see. Let's do kind of a slightly bluegrass version like this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aubrey. Happy birthday to you. One more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aubrey. Happy birthday to you.
When I look into your eyes, I see your soul shine, wanting to soar so high, wanting to be free. You look into my eyes, you'll see my soul's tied, to be loved. Love to love you, love to know you, love to know that you love me. Da dee 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 da you look into my eyes, you'll see my soul's dying. Know that my heart's crying, longing to be loved. When I look into your eyes, I see your soul shine, knowing that you'll be mine one of these days.
Somewhere in the middle, between religion and pain, in my mansion in the ghetto, find shelter from the rain. Hour of darkness, sit and watch the flickering flame in the shower of lost souls, fearing his name. Please deliver me from evil, as I walk down this road of shame. Oh, I know I'm not the devil, times I feel like I'm solely to blame. Hour of darkness, sit and watch the flickering flame in the shower of lost souls, fearing his name. Sit and watch the flickering flame in the shower of lost souls, fearing his name. Somewhere in the middle, between religion and pain, in my mansion in the ghetto, find shelter from the rain. Hour of darkness, sit and watch the flickering flame in the shower of lost souls, fearing his name.
Wanna know just where the truth lies. Finally listening, don't know why, but now's the time. Won't you let me take a good look at you? Show me something that I never knew. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Never left me, but I thought you did. Just let me be, and now I hold the key. Won't you listen as the truth is unveiled? Living without you once felt like hell. I won't hold you
it's your smile that sets me free. Please don't keep your love the way you look at me. Can I have your love and still know that we're both free? Don't know why, but the time is now. Always loved you, wanna keep you around. I won't hold you down. That's not me. I still love you when you frown, but it's your smile that sets me free.